On December 2nd, a Netflix documentary about Diddy quietly dropped, and within days, it explodes into lawsuits, threats, and also a very personal war between Diddy and 50 Cent. Now, I'm pretty sure over the weekend, a lot of us actually watched it, and I can't lie to you, it was a very good documentary or docu-series from 50 Cent and, of course, the team. You saw that it was very, very successful because it literally garnered over 22 million views in the very first week, and it was actually at the top of Netflix charts, right? And it covered the whole Diddy story, how, for example, multiple allegations have happened to him, uncovering different things and painting different narratives that some people agree or even disagree, such as, for example, Diddy being behind, of course, the death of people like Tupac and also of Biggie Smalls as well. But we're going to just go through the lawsuits and actually unpack what has actually gone on and seeing whether Diddy is right in this case and whether he's even going to win, which, spoiler alert, I don't necessarily believe he's going to win this lawsuit. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, we need to understand how successful this actually is. Not only did it get 22 million views on the first week of Netflix, but it also put 50 Cent back into the Spotify charts, right? And this is something that we need to understand, that 50 Cent, he is the king whenever it comes to war and beefing against guys, right? But let's get back into the main video. We need to understand that with these lawsuits, it's a constant pattern that we keep on seeing with Diddy, right? Whenever you see something not actually going his way, he's always going to actually clap back at it. And it's saying this is where we are actually at right now. Let me actually show you guys a video.
What's going on, everybody? Everybody's seen the new Diddy documentary that 50 Cent produced, and I'll tell you, it's pretty wild. If you haven't, you gotta go check it out. But I guess right now Diddy is planning on filing a $1 billion lawsuit on Netflix and 50 Cent for the documentary. This is pretty wild right now. I mean, the evidence speaks for itself, but let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts and comments below and stay tuned for more updates.
Now, one thing about Diddy that I believe we all understand now is that he always wants to be seen in the best type of light. So anything that kind of comes as defamation of character or puts him in the wrong light, he's always going to clap back at it. And he's done multiple things, as we've seen within the documentary. But I'm not going to show any clips because I'm not trying to get copyrighted in regards to that. But let's actually see where this is the case. This was back in February, right, earlier this year. We see that when NBC actually put out claims, you know, regarding, for example, the lawsuit against him, and actually the fact that, of course, there was allegations regarding obviously SA when it comes to Diddy, this guy actually tries to file them for 100 million, and if I'm not mistaken, he's lost. So anything that's coming in regards to this SA and all these allegations, etc., I don't understand why Diddy doesn't understand that, bro. I don't necessarily think he's going to win in regards to this. The fact that, for example, he's even had a lighter sentence in comparison to what he actually could really get for these serious claims against him is actually crazy enough, right? Now, the reason why I don't believe he's going to actually win this is because we see this as a reoccurring pattern and reoccurring behavior, you know, him filing lawsuits against people and doing everything in his power to actually get his own way. But in saying that, we can even see that, okay, where did the footage even come from? Because we need to understand, in order for him to win the Netflix lawsuit, he needs to prove that not only is it defamation of character, but also he got the, you know, they got the footage in illegal means, you could say. But when we actually understand where the footage is actually coming from, you can see in this article that the videographer actually explains where it's coming from. But just to summarize it for you guys, because I don't want to make it too long a video, this guy's basically saying that, look, Diddy didn't actually pay him. And let me just flip my screen, right? We need to understand that I don't understand why this is always the case. You have videographers, you have people in your team, you have people that are working, and you expect them to do the work either for free or you expect them to do the work for literally chump change, right? Diddy is a billionaire. The guy asked him, okay, cool, I want to get paid a certain amount, and he felt lowballed. So he decided, you know what, I'm going to take the content and take all this media, and what am I going to do with it? I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder. And we can literally see that being the case over here when 50 Cent gets asked where he got the footage from. So let me play you the clip.
Footage of Diddy.
I figured most journalists would not disclose this.
One thing I like about 50, right, he's always he's actually the best when it comes to being petty and actually painting, you know, certain narratives against his enemies, right? Even though this is actually a serious case, etc., you gotta give a big shout out to 50 because this guy is just, he's the best at doing this type of stuff. But let's keep the video going.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team.
And again, when we're talking about stolen footage, it's not stolen footage. You didn't pay the guy for his craft, so he sold it to the highest bidder. I don't understand why we're not all clocking onto this. But outside of this, another narrative that Diddy is really painting is that, okay, 50 Cent has a personal vendetta against him. But I don't know about you guys. When I personally watched it, I feel as if though, yes, a certain narrative was painted, but 50 Cent did a good enough job to also show the highlights and all the great things that Diddy's actually done. Whether we like it or not, this guy is a legend when it comes to hip-hop. He's one of the moguls and he's transformed careers of multiple people, but unfortunately he's also, you know, being on the downturn of some people's careers, not even some people, majority of people around him, unfortunately. And I always say that, bro, like, if that is what comes with success and you're willing to literally sacrifice, you know, the mental health, the financial position, stability, and also the comfort of your artist in order to basically take yourself to the top, it's not necessarily worth it, is it, right? But we can see this also being the case where Netflix actually claim, you know, this isn't the point, and of course they're going to protect what is theirs. Netflix ain't going to pay Diddy no $1 billion. Like, come on, man. We can clearly see it in this article over here. Netflix defends Ted Sarandos as Diddy's lawyers claim stolen footage in 50 Cent's vindictive docu-series. Now, like we said multiple times, it's not necessarily stolen footage, is it, when you literally could have paid the camera person. I always say, look, you want to make sure people in your team are good because they have things on you that if the public was to see it, it wouldn't necessarily be the best kind of thing, you know what I mean? Compensate your team every single time, especially if you're a billionaire as well. And my people, them, I can literally leave all the links down below. What I've done, I purposely done it in a way where you guys can literally see all the URLs just in case you guys want to fact check anything I'm saying or anything like that as well. But it's just a quick update just to show you what's going on in regards to, you know, hip hop culture right now, what's going on in regards to Diddy and his current, you know, court case, the documentary, etc., and the fact that he's actually trying to take these guys to court, which I don't necessarily believe he is going to win. But my people, them, if you like quick updates like this and you enjoy this type of, you know, content, all our artists is that you leave a like because it boosts up in the algorithm. Comment down below, what did you think of the, you know, the docu-series that 50 Cent did? I personally enjoyed watching it. You know, it was very, very good to kind of see things from a different kind of perspective. And although, yes, 50%, and I almost said 50%, what the hell, 50 Cent and his team, right? 50 Cent and this team did paint certain type of narratives in regards to Diddy. It's also a case where a lot of the things that they're saying about Diddy has been said throughout history. We've been hearing about the Diddy parties. We've been hearing about all the type of things that Diddy's been up to, etc. So it's only a matter of time that whatever you do in the dark will come to light. And multiple times we keep on seeing this being the case. So we're not praying on Diddy's downfall, but again, if he's not even if, because he is guilty of these things, he needs to suffer the consequences of them as well. So yeah, my people, if you enjoy content like this, also leave a subscribe because we're looking to grow the channel all the way to the moon. Share it with a friend, etc. And I'll see you in the next video, which we're going to post literally in a couple hours. See you there.